Hello and welcome to Small Business Bestie, the podcast to find inspiration through conversations with some of your favorite crafters and beneficial tips and resources to help you along your craft journey. I'm Jamila Payne, and in 2017, I quit my job to make my craft business full-time. And Small Business Bestie is all about creating a space that I wish I had when I first started out. It doesn't matter if you're just starting out or if you're already knee-deep in glitter. Small Business Bestie is packed with great things for any craft business. Today's episode is a special one. We'll be talking about how to start a craft business with no money. And I know it seems impossible, but trust me, it's not. I know because I did it. And I want to tell you how I did it. Many craft businesses or people thinking about starting a craft business start out thinking that they need a full inventory of everything that they can make, and that's just simply not true. And when you already have no money, you are creating a great path to negative no money. So let's change the mindset on this. You should be starting your business with only 1 to 2 things anyway. For me, I started with t-shirts and tumblers. So the very first thing you're going to do before you start promoting or marketing anything is check your craft stash. The first step to checking your craft stash and figuring out what you have on hand and in your inventory, getting organized and recording all of your inventory. You're definitely going to have to block off some time for this. If you're anything like me, your craft area is a mess and you want to make sure that you're thorough in documenting and recording everything that you have in your stash. Because we're crafters, of course we're going to buy the same things over and over again and forget that we bought them or where we put them. You need to be thorough, taking inventory of each and every item that you have in your stash. And as you go through it, you need to keep everything organized. So if it's unorganized, when you go into this, you're going to want to create a system for organizing your craft stash as you go. That way, you don't end up slipping back into old habits of buying things that you already have. Going through your craft stash first is going to save you money. It's also going to change the mindset that you need a lot of money to start up a craft business. Being organized is a bonus to anything that you're going to do in life or in your business. And this craft stash is going to be the foundation of your business. It's going to be how you start and how you continue. Organizing your craft stash makes reordering easy. So when you run out of supplies, you know exactly what you need and how many of that item you need. And you don't end up with a ton of last minute shopping, which sometimes costs us a little bit more because we're paying for extra shipping or express shipping, or we're having to purchase from somewhere we don't normally purchase from because it's so last minute. Going through your craft stash is also going to help you with smart storage options. It forces you to put like items together as well as making everything a lot neater and a lot nicer in your craft area. It's going to save you time in the long run because you're not going to spend a lot of time trying to find things anymore because you know exactly where it's at. And having an organized craft area also helps you with sudden surprises like an influx of orders. So when you get ready to inventory your craft supplies, the first thing you're going to do is try to put everything into a central location first. And then your next step is going to be sorting things into categories. You want to write down all the details like what the item is, how many of them you have, where you got it from, where in your craft stash you're going to keep it, as well as how much it costs, if you can remember. You want to decide how you want to keep track of your inventory, because once you inventory and organize everything, this is something you're going to want to keep doing. So as soon as you bring a new item into your craft stash, you're going to want to record it. So you can use a notebook or a computer or even some sort of app. For me, I like spreadsheets. And if you check the show notes, I have a free spreadsheet that you can sign up to be emailed to you. Our next step in starting a craft business with no money is crafting your best stuff. Focusing on just a few crafts to show off your work and what you can do is an amazing approach at starting a successful craft business. Starting with 1 or 2 items in your business allows you to put your creativity into just a small amount of things, which will help with showing why your product is special. In the early stages, a lot of people try to offer a variety of things, and this is the best way to get overwhelmed. Also, focusing on 1 or 2 things at a time help you maintain quality, which is very important to the success of your business. Starting small doesn't mean limiting growth. It's just a way to build a strong foundation for your business growing organically. When you start with just a few items, that means each one stands out even in busy places. It gives you time to improve your skills and create a strong presence that appeals to the audience you are targeting. Next, we have barter and trade. Trading is something that goes way back. And it's something that's going to be around forever because it works. I give you what you need and you give me what I need. For example, if you need a logo, you can offer to create something in exchange for that logo. Not only do you get what you need, but it's a potential for getting your business name out there. As far as marketing your craft business with no money, you don't need to start an Etsy shop right away. You don't need to build a website right away. In the beginning stages, you're going to utilize the free places to market your business. Places like your Facebook profile, the Facebook Marketplace, Instagram. Using social media and online marketplaces can make a huge difference in your business. So what I say next may be an unpopular opinion, but it's what I did. I am walking you through the steps of what I did, how I made my craft business successful. I started out using my personal profile and I shared without trying to sell. And what I mean by that was it was more of a look what I made as opposed to, hey, I have these for sale. So when I shared those items, I allowed the people on my friends list to come to me. Hey, how much for you to make me one? I didn't want my shares to come off very salesy because I wanted things to kind of happen organically. I don't like feeling like I'm being sold to. So I didn't want my customers to feel like I was sharing with the intention on getting them to buy, even though that was my intention. So I shared in a way that was organic and allowed people to organically come to me. And then I started my business pages once I had a little bit of conversation around what I was offering. I can't remember exactly how much time before I started those business pages, but I had some regular customers that were coming back over and over again to purchase t-shirts and tumblers from me. But using your personal profile is a great way to show the uniqueness in your crafts. It's also a great way to network because even if someone doesn't buy from you, if they see someone looking for the items that you offer, your name will be the first one that comes up. And then there's like the garage sale sites and things like that. And I use those as well. But I waited until there was a little bit of conversation surrounding what I did. I don't think I started sharing to the marketplaces and garage sale sites until I had my business pages up. And I did that because I wanted a place to send people if they wanted to see more of my work. And even with social media, you want to start small with 1 or 2 platforms. You can always add more later, but starting a small business is already stressful enough, and you don't want to add so many things to your plate that you want to quit before you even get started. A little tip for when you do get to this point, you want to make sure that your social media profiles are the same across platforms. You want to use the same brand colors, the same profile images, and if you can, the same handles. This will help people to recognize you and to trust you. Crafting isn't just about making things, it's also about sharing what you love to do. And social media helps you connect with people who love your crafts. It creates a sense of belonging to a community. So now you have a starting point for your craft business. You don't need an influx of cash to get started, and if you're smart about it, your orders are going to pay for themselves. And that's a conversation we'll have another day. Don't forget to grab the free inventory tracker that I linked in the show notes. And if you love this episode, please leave me a review. And if you know somebody who would benefit from hearing this information, please share the episode for me. The support, feedback, and emails I got from episode 1 meant the world to me. And it told me that I'm on the right track with this podcast. I'm going to end this episode with a quote from Arthur Ashe. Start where you are and use what you can. I think this is a great quote to live by when you're starting anything from scratch. And it also applies to starting your craft business. Thanks for tuning in to Small Business Bestie. I'll see you next week.